guys, welcome to my first YouTube video. My name is Bethany, I'm 18 years old, and if you want to know how to achieve this look right here, then keep on watching. Alright, so when I do my makeup, I like to start off with primer first, and I'm going to be using the Benefit Professional Primer. Personally, I put it in my T-zone. Also, my mirror's right here, so if I look here, that's why. I'm not just looking away from the camera on purpose. This will be the only primer I'm using because I find I don't really need anything else. I also like to put a little bit extra above my eyebrows because I put a good bit of concealer on there after I do my eyebrows. Next, I'm going to be taking my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Ebony, and I'm going to be underlining the tail of my filling in the tail of my brow, accentuating my arch, and now I'm just gonna fill in the front of my eyebrow just a little bit. And I'm just doing the same thing on the other eyebrow, by the way. Right, next I'm going to be taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo, also in the shade Ebony, and I'm just going to go over my eyebrows again with that in the same spots. I feel like the powder sets the brow pencil. I know that's probably not the case, but that's just what I like to do, and it's what works for me. It also makes my eyebrows look a little bit darker. And I put that everywhere. Alright, and now that we're done with that, I'm going to be taking the spoolie side of my brow pencil and just brush through my eyebrows, get the hairs where I want them to go, and also take off a little bit of the excess product. Next, I'm going to be taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral, and I'm going to be taking a flat brush and just getting a little bit of product off of that, wiping some excess off, and just shaping my eyebrows. Cleaning, shaping, you know, you get the gist. I'm sorry that you can't see anything. Now take my finger and just blend all that out. Alright, now time to do the other side. Alright, and that's my eyebrows. So now that my eyebrows are done, I'm going to be taking my Shape Tape Concealer again and putting that on both of my eyelids. And that's what I use to prime before eyeshadow. And just blending that out with my middle finger and fast tapping motions. Alright, and to set that, I'm taking an angled fluffy brush. Don't really know the name of it honestly, and I'm going to be taking a cream color shade and white mixed together and just setting that. Next, I'm going to be taking a fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to be putting the brushes I used in the description below. They're mostly all Morphe brushes, but anyway, I'm going to be taking the shade Tune from the Charles palette, and I'm going to put that all in my crease. Almost all the way up to my eyebrow, and that's going to act as my transition shade. Now, once I get those two shades even, I'm going to be taking a different brush, and this one's a little bit smaller than the last brush, and it's It Cosmetics, so it's not Morphe, but I'm going to be dipping into the shade Brother, also from the James Charles palette, and I'm going to be putting that all in my crease as well, blending it a little bit lower than that last color. I'm sorry, I'm going back to the first brush I used and just blending that out a little bit more. I'm taking another crease brush. This one's a lot more dense than the other two brushes, so it's going to pack on color a bit better. And I'm going to be taking the shade Fling from the Morphe Artist. I want to say their Artistry palette, but that doesn't feel right. I think maybe their Cool Vibes Artistry palette. Yes, not Cool Vibes, it's the 35V Stunning Vibes Artistry palette. Anyway, I'm going to be taking, not the shade Fling, I'm going to be taking the shade Hit It Off. And I'm going to be putting that in my outer V, and then blending it below that last color. Alright, and I'm going to be going back to that second brush I was using and dipping back into the shade Brother from the James Charles palette and going over Hit It Off with that. Alright, going back to that dense fluffy brush that I was using, I'm going back into the shade Hit It Off and putting it in my outer V once more. Alright, now going back to that first fluffy brush I used, I'm going to go over all of that with no extra color. Next, I'm going to be taking a skinnier, fluffy, dense brush. I don't know how to explain brushes, I'm sorry. I'm going to be taking the shade Cola from the James Charles palette, and I'm going to be putting that in directly in my outer corner, blending it just a little bit to my crease. I'm sorry if I keep looking at the screen instead of the camera. I'm just trying to make sure I'm just trying to make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. Going back to that dense brush, blending it out a little bit more, and then the first fluffy brush I used. Next, I'm going to be taking the Morphe M506 brush and dipping into the shade from the Morphe, I keep forgetting the name of the palette, the Morphe Stunning Vibes the Morphe Stunning Vibes palette. Again, dipping into the shade Flame. This brush is super small, really dense, and it's going to be perfect for packing that shade into my outer corner. And I'm going to be taking that shade really, really low into my crease. Again, doing the same thing to the other eye. Now I'm going back to that last brush I used and blending that a little bit more. And then the very first brush I used, again with no excess powder product on it. I'm going back into the shade Flame from the Stunning Vibes palette. I'm packing a little bit of that into a little bit extra of that into my outer corner. I'm going to be taking the Morphe M562 brush into the shade Cola. This one, a super skinny, small, fluffy brush. And I'm going to be taking that into my crease. Alright, and that's what we have so far. I'm going to go back with my dense fluffy brush into the shade Hit It Off and packing that into the crease some more. Right, and again going back with the first brush I used and blending all of that out. Right, and I think we're done with the blue shades for right now, so I'm going to be moving on to my face. Actually, I'm going to go wet my makeup sponge and then I'll be right back. Well, I forgot. After I said that, I remembered I need to cut my crease, actually. I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape again to do that with a flat concealer brush. And I'm just doing a half cut crease. And you pat that like in the middle of your eyelid in the part you didn't put eyeshadow and look up. And then it creates that line and you just fill in from where that line is. When you do that, it creates the perfect guide for your cut creases. Alright, and now I'm gonna pat that out. I just got concealer all over my nightstand. Alright, now I'm going, before I go into the other eye, I'm going to use a smudger brush with the shade Flashback from the James Charles palette to set that. And actually, I'm going to be pulling that a little bit higher because I like to be able to see the line from my cut crease when my eye is open. So I'm just going over that line once more, just taking it a little bit higher than the last one. Let's see, I'm going to blend that out just a little bit. And once again, taking the shade Flashback and setting that. Alright. Now I'm gonna do the other eye and then come right back. Alright, I'm back. The cut creases look a little bit different, but that's because I have two completely different shaped eyes. Next, I'm going to be I like to take the little curved liner brush and I'm going into the shade Fling with that. And I'm going right above where I cut my crease. Just to define that cut crease a little more. Alright, now I'm going to be taking the M562 brush again, going into the shade Cola, and going right above that. taking the Morphe M514 brush in the shade Fling again and blending that into this cut crease on the outer corner. Alright, now that that's nice and blended out, now I'm going to wet my sponge and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back and I have my Real Technique sponge wet. So I'm going to be taking my Benefit Professional once again and going back over where I put that primer at the beginning of the video just to freshen it up. Mainly focusing it around my nose because that's where I find it start to crease and look a little bit cakey, and you can see my pores the most once I wear it a long time. I'm putting some on my chin and just rubbing the extra on the rest of my face. Next, I'm going to be taking my NYX Total Control Drop Foundation in the shade Porcelain. I'm going to be taking that, dripping just a little bit on my face, and blending that out with my Real Technique sponge. I almost forgot. I like to put on chapstick before I blend around my mouth because it's easier to wipe excess foundation off of your lips if you do that. Now, I'm going back to blending. Just put a little bit on my chin, on my nose. Oh, that's a lot on my nose. And a good bit on my forehead. I got it all over my hand. It's not a lot, but oh crap. That could have been bad. Almost messed up my eyebrow there. I really like this foundation because it's super lightweight, easy to blend, super buildable. It's just cool. I just like it. I don't know what else to say. I don't really take up under my eyes. I just kind of keep it around my face because I put a good bit of concealer under my eyes, so I don't like to add excess stuff there because then it would be really cakey. So now that I have that, I'm going to take my foundation again and put it on. So that happened. And put it on my neck. I'm really mad about this. Oh my god, not gonna lie. I don't really put a lot of foundation around my mouth because I find it gets super creasy in my smile lines. Ignore that this is dirty. This is what I use. I made it worse. Oh. I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna keep this on for the remainder of the video because just in case I get any other things on it. Kind of mad because this is what I was gonna take my pictures in, but things happen. Things happen. Anyway, ignore how dirty that towel was because that's what I used to wipe my brushes on. Anyway, I'm going to be taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer again and putting a triangle shape under my eyes like so. And before I blend that out, I like to take my Laura Mercier powder and dump a little bit into the lid like that, just so I can set it right away. And I'm going to blend that out. My nose itches. I'm looking kind of like a ghost right now. But what can I say? Pale queens for the win, right? Am I right? So I'm taking a, don't know what to call this brush. It just fits perfectly under my eyes. So I'm using that. And I'm going to set that. See, personally, I do not like to bake, honestly. I used to bake, but I found it made my face look really dry and cracky, so I stopped doing that a long time ago. So now I just set it. Alright, that's kind of a lot. Oh well. Alright. That's it for my face. I know, it looks great, right? No. Anyway, actually, almost forgot I have to set my foundation too. So I'm taking still that Laura Mercier powder. Just going everywhere with that. No, I'm doing I feel around my face. If I feel any tackiness, I go back over it with powder. I'm just going to set it there again and on my nose. Alright, now that I'm done setting my face, I'm just going to wipe all the excess with the brush and just put it on my face, you know. Also, if you put foundation on your neck, do not forget to set your neck because it will rub off if not. So after I do my face, I like to go ahead and do my under eye. So I'm going to be taking a fluffy smudger brush and going into the shade Brother from the James Charles palette and going under my eyes. I'm going to go into the M514 brush and with the M514 brush, and I'm going to blend that out a little bit more. And then I'm going to go in with the M562 brush with the shade Cola and going into that outer corner. Alright, and blend all that together. Alright, now that that's done, I'm going to take my Stila liquid metal thing in the shade Diamond Dust and wipe the excess off onto the rim of the bottle. Then I'm going to take that flat concealer brush that I used for my cut crease again and put some on that brush and go over my cut crease with that. And I like to use tapping motions for this. Oh, it's so sparkly, I'm in love. Alright, now that that one's on there, I'm going to take my Jeffree Star highlighter in Ice Cold and go over my Stila stuff with that. So pretty, oh my god. Now, I'm gonna do the other eye, and so y'all can see a lot better. I'm sorry, I did the wrong eye first. Alright, now that that eye is done, doing the same thing, going in with Ice Cold from Jeffree Star and putting that over. Okay, so there's that. Vogue. Anyway, next I'm going to be taking the M514 brush once more, dipping into the shade Fling from the Stunning Vibes palette and blending all this together. I'm done with the eyeshadow completely. I have a lot of glitter under my eyes. Hold on. That's better. Alright. There's all kind of glitter flying around me. Next, I'm going to be taking my Kat Von my Kat Von D tattoo liner in the shade Trooper Black and just lining like right above my lashes for when I put my falsies on. Alright, it's gonna be hard to see this eye, so that's just what I did. So yeah, alright, that eye is lined. Now I'm going to be curling my lashes just a little bit, and I do one eye at a time. I'm going to be taking my Better Than Sex mascara and just putting a little bit of that on before falsies. And my under eye. My bottom lashes, I'm sorry. Alright, and for the other eye, I got a little bit of mascara at my eyes and it itches really bad. Alright, I'm going to be putting my House of Lashes / Sephora collection in the style Diana, and I'll be putting that on and then I'll be right back. Alright, now that my eyelashes are on, I'm going to continue with my face. I'm going to take the Benefit Hoola bronzer and a big fluffy brush, dip into that a few times, and just bronze. And I like to go in a 3 like everyone else. So it goes like that. Alright, now I'm going to be taking my Morphe Y14 brush and using Jeffree Star's highlighter in Ice Cold, just highlighting my cheekbones. The tip of my nose, my chin, and my forehead. Alright, now I'm going to go into the shade Vanilla Quartz from Becca Cosmetics and go over Ice Cold. Now I'm going to be taking my Fit Me blush in the shade Peach. It's also number 40. And I'm going to be using an angled blush brush and dipping into that quite a few times and going ham with that. Blush is my favorite. I put it on my chin. Oh, it looks like a lot's on my chin, but I promise you in the mirror it doesn't. I put a little bit on my forehead and on my nose. Now that blush is on, I'm going back with my highlighter in the shade Vanilla Quartz and going over once again. And then I'm going to take the shade Rose Quartz and go over that. Also from Becca Cosmetics. Alright, now for my inner corner, I'm going to be taking Heartbreaker from the Stunning Vibes palette. I keep forgetting the name of that. And putting that in my inner corner. To be taking Lunch Money from ColourPop Cosmetics and going over that. I'm going back into Heartbreaker, going once again. Okay, time time for lips. I think I'm just gonna go with a gloss. I'm going to go wipe off this stuff off my lips and be right back. Alright, I'm going to be taking Lost Angel from Kylie Cosmetics in the super high shine gloss. I don't remember what it's called. But first I'm going to be putting some more chapstick on. Now I'm going to be taking the gloss. I'm also going to be taking a little bit of Oh You Fancy and putting that in the center of it. Alright, let me go change my shirt and I'll be right back. I almost forgot to do setting spray, so I'm going to take my Mario Badescu Rose Water Setting Spray and just spritz real quick. Alright y'all, this is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed watching and stay tuned for my next video. Bye!